Does anybody want to do something for a little open mic? Anybody have some courage to get up here? And we're going to take, after this next story, which is by who's going to tell us, and we're going to take a break. Anybody? Anybody? The theme is through the looking glass, and if you stand up here, you will be through the looking glass. So it doesn't matter. Anyone? You got something? Allessandro.
Yeah. Okay. This is kind of inspired by what Charles was talking about, these out-of-body experiences. Okay, so years ago, I'm 26 now, so maybe about, 10 years ago, I was a really avid kickboxer. And I got into it in high school, and I was very lucky. My head coach at my dojo was the coach for the USA kickboxing team. Wow. So I was very lucky. I was able to really get wonderful instruction, and this was something I happened to just, that thing when you're born that's going to be the one thing you're really, really good at, that happened to be the one thing I was really, really good at. So that previous summer I had just gone to basically the equivalent of the Junior Olympics for kickboxing. And it was a big deal. I was, fighting for a few years, and all of a sudden I was over in Italy fighting, and it was like the coolest thing ever. When I came back, our coach was good friends with Chuck Norris. And he hosts a tournament every, it's sad that I can't place exactly what time of year it is, because it used to be like the one tournament I was training for every year. But anyway, he was starting up, at that time, maybe, have any of you heard of UFC? It's like ultimate cage fighting, and people with tattoos and Ed Hardy shirts beating the crap out of each other. And that was something that was becoming really, really popular. And Chuck Norris was trying, I don't know exactly what the state of it is now, but he was trying to find an alternative that wasn't just, basically no restrictions, cage fighting. He wanted to find something that was more about technique and martial arts and stuff like that. So he started up in the WCL, the World Combat League. And he wanted to find, he had it with some adults, it was a New York team and a Florida team and all this stuff. And they would all come together every once in a while at some of his tournaments and fight. And at one point I got chosen to be on the junior team to help kind of expand the range of it, so that young people could do it too, and it's not about beating the crap out of each other. It's all about respect and good sportsmanship and stuff. So I was just about to go to college. So now I'm about 3 or 4 years into my fighting and stuff, and I had just gone to go fight, like I said, overseas. It was a big deal, and I'd just been picked to be on this Chuck Norris team, and it was like, wow, I'm so cool. I'm 17. All those Chuck Norris jokes where Chuck Norris, what is it? He doesn't do push-ups. He pushes the earth down, kind of stuff. And if you have a dream where you insult Chuck Norris, you should call him and apologize. I don't know. Anyway, so. This is the last summer before I'm about to go to college. And all my best friends from high school, we all go to basically like it's called Six Flags in America. I don't know if that's around here too, but it's basically like a big theme park. And I live not too far away from one. So all my friends, we could all go up together. One of us could drive, so it was like, we were independent and junk, so we could do that. And when we go out in about 2 weeks, I was going to go fight on stage. I think it was televised. You think I would remember this, but it was like the Octagon. I'm going to go in and fight at Atlantic City, which, if you don't know, Atlantic City is basically the Las Vegas of, in New Jersey. So I'm all pumped and I'm all about it, and I'm so excited because I'm going to be the kid that's like so cool and go out and do all this fun stuff. And so first time I'm going to Six Flags in my life, going with my friends, we're going to go. I'm all jazzed up because this is all I'm talking about, going to go fight on Chuck Norris's thing. And we wait online for like an hour to go on the first ride, and because we all want to sit in the front, and so we get on this ride called Nitro. And basically, you strap in. Excuse me. You don't strap it up. It's like it like closes on your waist. Sorry, I'm talking away from the microphone. It like closes in on your waist, and it basically the ride starts off where you have a long straightaway stretch, and then it just rockets you into super duper crazy super speed land, and then you go on and do all the twists. That's all the fucking fun. Okay, so I was super psyched. We get in there and finally get onto the front of the line, front seat, gonna be great. They lock this thing up on me, and I'm like, this is kind of tight and uncomfortable. But all right, I'm jazzed up. Let's do this. And then 3, 2, 1. I have my best friends both sides. I'm right in the middle. I'm all psyched. And right as we rocket off, we hit like Mach 7 and hit the first bump, and I feel this tight harness on my waist. The pressure, something happens, I feel my muscle on my leg tear. And it was excruciating. It was terrible. And I was very much the opposite of my two best friends. We're like, wow, this is awesome! And I'm doubled over, and I'm in pain, and tears coming out of my eyes, and I'm bugging out, and we'll keep going right, and we'll keep going left. And eventually they realize, and then they start freaking out, because they think something hit me, or like a seagull hit me, like Fabio, I think. I don't know if you've ever seen that video of Fabio, like a seagull was on, Anyway, so I'm like, this is it. This entire summer I've been training for this fight. I'm screwed. This is going to be terrible. And the way the ride stops, you come around and then you come and then stop, and then you come back into the roller coaster. And so I'm in pain. I'm all doubled over. My friends are freaking out. Day's ruined. Everything's ruined. And the harness opens up, and there's a huge hornet on my leg. That was like, get me out of here! And it's like it has a stinger deep in my leg, and it's trying to pull it out. And for that 20 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever it was that I was on that rocket ship, my life was over. I was like, this sucks. And then in that instant, all that stress just went away. And it was just it was such a relief. And then of course everyone's just like, you're such a loser, you thought you were totally in pain, it's just a bee, like why are you freaking out? And it wasn't a bee, by the way, it was enormous, it was huge. And the thing just flew away and took all my worries with it. And so, of course I remember there was like some little kid that it was just like, saw me pulling in, he was all like traumatized. But I think the reason why I jump up and want to tell that story is because you're talking about how you just spend that time, and every moment feels like an hour, a lifetime, eternity. And so I was psyched. I jumped out, and I noticed I had like all these like pop, 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 pop tracks down my leg. It was terrible. But it didn't matter how much that hurt because I knew that I was fine. My leg went numb though, and I got a wheelchair. So for the rest of the day, we got to the front of the line. So it was all worth it. Yes, that's the story.